show, and I'm co-hosting with.
Another day, another opportunity to connect, and of course, I'm still at Vets in my home. And well, what can I say? This is a campus tour. It's been so interesting walking around at the Matrix and people thinking, is it her? Is it not? And then, of course, someone put me on their status update. And then I got people getting out of the library just to say hello, which is really nice. So thank you for welcoming. We are talking to the fabulous Makgofe. Makgofe Moagi is actor in Skeem Saam. She's an entrepreneur. I've never met her face to face. It's the first time.
Yes.
I can't lie today. And I just love. I mean, your Instagram looks amazing.
Thank you.
Your acting is amazing.
Thank
And I would like, perhaps we should start by telling us where you come from. But I'm also interested in where this acting started.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I love you. I follow you on Instagram. But more than anything, you personify what we say. Musadi utshwara thipa ka bagale on every level.
Thank you.
You know, and it is just not fair because women go through so much, we do so much, we bring life into this
Yes,
world,
we do.
and yet it feels like we still have to work extra hard
True.
to earn our seat on the table,
Absolutely.
you know.
Absolutely.
But for some reason you bulldoze it, you say past with so much ease. You know, I am so in awe of you. And Khudula in front of you and having you
Makgofe,
interview me, it's-
let's call this the Mutual Admiration
Wow.
Society. This is
Wow,
the meeting
guys.
of the Mutual Admiration Society. So look at us. I admire you and you admire me. And Simon feels out of place, right?
No. Like, to be honest, it's such an
Welcome.
honor for me to be amongst both intellectuals. You know, I feel honored, and it looks so beautiful. It looks so beautiful. So yeah, as she said, just fascinated in knowing your childhood. Who's Makgofe?
Okay. I grew up. I'm a village girl at heart. Ke belegetse Polokwane and then grew up Gasikororo. Eventually moved to Makwishani, and now I call Palabora home. My mom is still there. My dad passed away 2012, 2 days after my birthday. I'm the eldest. I've got 4 siblings. No, we're 4 kids, and I'm the eldest. So
Okay.
3 girls, 1 boy. And my childhood has been very interesting because I grew up in a house of teachers, although my mom left teaching and then she started working for PMC. When they started rolling out their CSI projects of creating early learning centers, my mom was the one heading that. So that is where I saw that, you know what, we can do anything
Yes.
we set our minds on. Because mama will be away from home 5 days, you know, out of 7 days of the week. And then when she comes home during the weekend, we will cook meals for the whole week, except for Fridays when she comes back. But for some reason, her and my dad, it worked. It worked, and I have never had my parents argue to this day. So for me, I come from a background where it's you need to lead by example, and the semblance or being family orientated is very important to me. You know, even coming to Joburg, some of the things that I do, I so wish that we could carry each other. But more than anything, being a sister's keeper. So I guess I'll channel that, being a sister's keeper, in terms of when one starts a business, I don't normally go alone. But some of them I learned the hard way that I had to do it alone because I got burned.
Yes.
Some people come into our lives for a reason, a season, but there's some things that God put into your spirit for you to do them alone. You can ask them for advice, but they don't have to come into the room with you,
Yeah.
you know, when you conclude or close those deals. So in essence, when you talk about Makgofe, yes, the acting also, I didn't go to school.
Where did it start?
I come from a family of entertainers. So for me, also I was shy growing up.
Yeah.
So for me, it was a way of escaping and also tapping into other personalities, you know. And being an empath doesn't make it easy because I can absorb people's emotions very, very quickly. But it can be very exhausting. But I was blessed in the sense that I never honestly had to go to school to study acting. It just innately is there. You know, you give me a brief psychology of the character, I have to research it, study it, and then embody it. Once I get into the studio, Makgofe is gone.
Wow.
I'm whomever that I have to be in that particular set.
Wow.
So I'm very blessed in that regard.
Yeah.
Mm.
And was Skeem Saam your first gig?
No. Ooh. When I came to Joburg, okay, in terms of the way the entertainment journey started, I joined an agency, and I remember my first ad was commercial, was MTN ad. Got paid. The ad never aired. It never made it on TV. I didn't know what happened, but we got paid.
Yeah.
At
So
least
that
you
was
got
my
paid.
first gig. You know, I got paid. And then I was on Muvhango, Espalisa, during when the late Dupsy was around. I was there with Dupsy, Edward, Butandaza, I was there.
Yeah.
And then I had a stint at Generations. There's a few films that I shot that went, some went to DVD. And then I did, it was Skeem Saam. Yeah, I was in Skeem Saam for quite a while. And then there's a film that I shot last year as well. So it grew over time, but more than anything, my journey got disturbed because of the ancestors. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to
But
ask?
with in terms of modeling, I know also you were a model. You look so fabulous.
I mean,
with
she's
those
so beautiful. She could be anything.
I don't talk about the modeling part because for me, I've acknowledged that God has denied me height. So the modeling part will come if the designer said, Makgofe, we want to dress you. Can you be my opening, act, or can you be my closing act? Then I will, indulge them and do it. So I don't really consider myself a model.
But you did it briefly.
Yeah, I did it briefly.
Okay.
So when they do ask, I will collaborate with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I want us to get into the other aspects. You talked about ancestors. You are an entrepreneur, and we want to get into that.
Yeah.
But perhaps as we get off the acting bit, what's your most memorable moment in acting? Like something that you, I mean, for those of us who don't act, I mean, we see you we get to know you as that character.
Yeah.
And I often wonder when you get out, you look back and say, that moment. It stands out. I wish it were me.
For me, the moment that stands out the most, and I think it has to do with the fact that when the writer wrote it, he didn't know that I was on this spiritual journey. The last, the latter part of Charity being on Skeem Saam before she was sent off to Scotland, yes. The writer KG Mohale, he wrote a storyline that embodied who I was, and yet no one knew. When they were saying that Charity became a clairvoyant, he didn't know I was on that path because I didn't talk about it. On Skeem Saam, you do have people that are spiritually, chosen, but I didn't talk about mine.
Yes.
Although I would dream the cloth, the beads, I will wear them.
Yeah.
But he didn't understand where I was, and yet he wrote that for me that it will stand out for the longest time, because I think it also put me on a pedestal where people now on my TikTok account, when I talk about giving spiritual guidance, they can relate, because they'll be like, oh, is that why Charity left? Oh, is that why, when are you coming back? Yes, they can relate. So that for me was like, okay, I see you, God. I see you, Badimu, what you're doing. And it worked. So that is my most memorable. Apart from being on Muvhango as Palisa, for me that was it thrusted me into the limelight in a way that when you go home to Limpopo, people will be like, oh, Palisa, oh, yeah,
Yes.
But yeah, I guess that's the same with Charity. But there's two productions, they put me on the map.
Okay.
Do you have a problem whereby the fans have had time to differentiate between Palisa and Makgofe, or Charity and Makgofe?
I almost got beaten up at Mall of the North.
Uh-oh.
A group of Bongkono, I think it was month end, but literally that's Stokvel, I think. And I could hear them talking about me. I'm not far from them. They're not talking to me, they're talking about me.
Yes.
And I can hear the conversation is getting heated. Kiana man, what are you telling man? Why did I make you so? What? So you must rap? How? People never have about the back because when I go to and I'm like, no, it's just acting. No, when I don't do it, I Sion, oh, this chicken mama.
Oh.
So I was like, okay, they buy into it. They get so emotionally involved into the show, and it made me. I was humbled by that, because it means the writers are doing something right, and then the producer Exor, she's doing something. The storyline.
But you are doing something great as
pertinent.
well. It feels real. It means your
you.
acting is great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
otherwise, it wouldn't feel real.
No, it does. So for me, that's for a long time. I would try to disguise myself when I go out because I still have to be a mom. My kids want to go to the mall to watch a movie.
Yeah.
I have to accompany them. They want to do shopping. They want to eat out.
Yeah.
So I would try to put on a weave. I would try to. It never worked. Eventually, I was like, you know what? I can't. I would just go out as I want to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I see you have product here.
Yeah.
I'd like us to dive a little bit deep into them, what this product does.
Yes, this is.
But maybe
my
tell us,
baby.
how did it start? Before you tell us what it does, how did you get into starting
Into this?
that? Yes.
Okay, when I left Skeem Saam, when they sent charity to Scotland, I saw it as this is a time for me to grow myself on all the other aspects, or in all the other aspects that I have to, but the biggest one, because it held me back on so many things. Talking about academics, it held me back. It's not a joke, So I decided, what, let me just do as they please, or as they wish, because I've been running away. It never helped me. So I went in August, 2021, and I finished. I went home. They took us home, this past December. And during then, because I came out mid-June last year, I also had to keep on doing other things. So that's when I was invited to be a part of this Eco Solutions company, and there were distributors of water solutions. It's a water purifying solution. It's like a sachet. You can pour it in your Jojo tanks. You can pour it in your 25-liter baguettes. It purifies the water. It doesn't have chlorine. That's when I was like, okay, so there are other brands out there that we know about that have chlorine, purifies water, but we all know we can't consume chlorine. So I asked them, okay, I would like to know the brains behind these products, because for me it is fascinating. It can be done. They can remove the chemicals from the products that they want us to consume. But why is our government still pushing, for products that they know that are not really good for human consumption? But here is this man who created a product that we can drink. Both, it's good for the environment as well. So they introduced me to my scientist, Peter. And as I was talking to him, and I told him, I'm a traditional healer. This is what I do, and I hate going to the hospital when I'm sick. I'd rather find homeopathic or alternative, solutions. And he was like, can you talk more about this? There's products that he specializes in research and development. He's like, there's products that I've also designed, formulated. Would you like to look into some of them? I did. And then as we were talking, he told me about the Culture Micro. So the Culture Micro, the formulations, it's a proprietary of blends of minerals in your distilled water. So it's as simple as that. It has no chemicals in it. It is your liver and kidney's best friend. It has cell regeneration benefit. But what it does is it helps with all forms of arthritis. Your fibromyalgia, your rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, all forms of arthritis, or any skeletal joint related issues that anyone might have. The Culture Micro will help. It has got over 86 nutrients that the body needs. For those that are also suffering from gout, any autoimmune related diseases, your lupus, it helps. It boosts libido as well. If you exercise or you run, track or whatever, it helps minimize the muscle tension, the muscle swelling. So that's what Ocean Androdyne does.
Okay. So when you say it helps, like for example with gout, gout is very painful.
It is.
When you say it helps, are you saying it heals, or it's going to make someone feel better, or the pain is not as drastic as people don't sleep when they have gout,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Some of
And
my
you are
clients
saying they can
complain about
continue
it.
eat what they're eating, drink what they're drinking, but if they do this, they won't have gout.
No,
Or it will stop.
Okay, there's something that people are not aware of. Also, for those that have sugar diabetes,
Aha.
it helps them.
Okay.
So it helps with the insulin production in the stomach. So we all know that there is no cure for arthritis and
Yes.
for gout.
Yes.
But for those that have sugar diabetes, they can get healed from this.
From that.
Yes. Sugar diabetes, even with other medications that they get, sugar diabetes can be healed. But arthritis and gout, it doesn't.
So you can
it's a
just
lifestyle management.
Okay.
It minimizes the pain.
Pain.
Yes. It will give you energy. The soft tissue pain that you'll feel around the joint, it helps minimize those pains. So it doesn't heal.
Yeah.
There is no cure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it will be better.
No,
The
it will be
pain
better. Yeah, it will be better. And it also, it doesn't interfere with whatever chronic medication will be on.
You on, yes.
Yes, it works together with them.
Mm.
So most of my clients would ask, should I stop taking what I've been prescribed? And I'll tell them, no, don't. Up until you feel that you don't need to take what you've been prescribed, you can continue using this because there are no chemicals. Like I said earlier, it helps with the kidney and liver functions. So whatever toxins that are in your body, this baby will literally cleanse your system. So the first 2 weeks when you're taking it, whatever ailments that's in your body, if you have an old injury, it will literally go there because of the cell regeneration benefits. It will literally go there to try to resuscitate where you've been hurt if it didn't heal proper. And then if so the rash will come out. So when the rash fades, that means your body has been healed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people can drink it whether even if you are just well.
Yeah,
There's no
I
point.
drink it as
You
well
drink
because
it
I've
every
got sinus issues.
Okay.
I drink it. I give it also, like now it's winter. I give it also to my kids. I've got twins that will be turning 4 next month. I also give them half a spoon.
Okay.
And you can put it anywhere because of the Emper bottle. We use this bottle for a reason. You need to keep it outside of the sun. And also, whatever medication that has been put in an amber bottle, when it comes into contact with the sun, it doesn't matter, or the light, it doesn't matter for how long it has been exposed. It will not change what do you call them? It will not change the ingredients or the taste of the medication. So you can keep it in the fridge if you want, or you can keep it by your bedside pedestal if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's great. So it's only this product that you have.
No.
That's amazing.
I'm working on a aphrodisiac for women because I know how hard some ladies out there struggle to reach orgasm. So I'm working on a product for them. Or
Is
for
this
us.
on demand, or you
It
just
is on demand from
women
what
have
I've seen.
asked you,
Women.
or the ones who come to consult?
What I do is I do market research, and
Yeah.
also those who consult, they will also ask me, do you have anything? You're talking about the product, it boosts libido for men. Do you have anything for us?
For me, women.
So when I was talking to Peter, I was like, okay, can we formulate something
Hey,
for my
Makgofe.
ladies? Because
You are saying
it's a struggle.
You are coming up with a Viagra for women.
Yes. We have to come up with a Viagra for women because they feel like they're shortchanged. They can't be pretending that, they also reached orgasm when they didn't. Can it be like so real? As opposed to like, okay, you can only tell from your partner that, okay, it's game over, it's done. Let me just pretend because I'm tired now.
Okay.
Without enjoying the whole process.
Let's talk about the process of doing this. I mean, of course, I'm a scientist, right?
Yeah.
And before you put anything out there, you like if you're in technology, they'll talk about a beta model, and the beta model we try it first whether it works, and then we correct the whatever didn't. So here, do you have a sample of people where you're going to trial this? Like every time, whether there's a vaccine
I want you
or
to
whatever.
listen to, my brother will forgive me, but I won't say his name, but I want you to listen to this voice note. He's one of my clients. What I did with this product, because I knew people would be like, Makgofe, now you want to sell us a product just because you are well known, we don't understand, you're a traditional, healer. Does it have any traditional medicine? No. I wanted something that would be formulated by a scientist. You can even take it to any other labs.
I'm saying, you are coming up with Viagra for women.
Yes.
Do you have
I've
do
got
you have
ladies
a
that are willing
test?
to test it out for me.
Are you checking the age?
No, for everyone.
Yeah, but in a way you've got to. It has to be a sample that is mixed in terms of age, in terms of, so that we know, does it really work?
It's actually
And where are we going to get these results? Because we want to get the results first. That this thing works. They must tell us how did it work. You are going to give them this,
Okay,
and then you give
can
them number of
Can
weeks.
I challenge you?
I don't want to.
No. I'm going to challenge you because when I get the sample,
Yeah.
I'm going to use it.
Okay.
I'm also going to give you some, and then you can choose maybe 6 or 10 of your friends, female friends, to use it.
Mm.
There's a particular spot on our bodies that you have to rub it on. It comes in a form of a lubricant.
Yo.
And then
So there's something to drink, and then there's a lubricant, or it's just a lubricant.
It's just a lubricant. You just rub it. The aphrodisiac, you rub it on a particular body part.
Oh my God.
So I am challenging you
No,
on your show that I am going to give you, and then I'm going to come back. You are going to tell the viewers.
Makgofe is putting me on the spot, Simon.
I have
Please
to.
rescue me.
You are even the best person to test it out from me.
Okay, we're going to have to ask people who watch my podcast, anyone who wants to volunteer to be in the test sample. We'll give you this aphrodisiac, and then you test it, and then we'll come to the podcast, and then you'll tell us whether it worked or not.
Oh, I love
I've got to be brave, right?
I love that.
I'm
You're going to
telling
give
you,
them
I'm
for
not
free.
brave enough, so I'm not testing.
Yes,
No, actually, Makgofe, I don't have a problem.
Thank you.
This is if you have a problem.
Oh, I really
You
think
solve
that.
the problem.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
no,
love it.
I have nothing
love
to
it.
solve. Yeah. No,
I
I
like
don't.
that.
It's for people who want to solve this problem.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if people will be willing to come. So people should be anonymous because people might not want to come out. And then, like we do with research papers.
Yes.
Then you can write what came out. But you've got to convince people there were so many in the sample.
Yes.
The age was, the sample was selected randomly. This is how it was selected. This is how. And then you can say how it worked,
No, I'll definitely do that. Can I get my other phone? I just want to play a clip of one of my clients. And another thing that was very concerning to me was there's a lot of black men under the age of 40 suffering from sugar diabetes.
Oh.
That blew me away. So I
But
just
many
wanna,
are not even aware. I mean, sugar diabetes, someone might not even be aware.
I don't think they're aware.
Yeah.
You just see it when obviously now you're not functioning very well in the bedroom. There's a
Yes.
problem.
Yes.
That's when you realize no.
Yes.
I
When you
don't.
go and find out, what's the problem, then they tell you it's sugar diabetes.
It's sugar diabetes.
Yeah.
So before coming out and talking about the products, I wanted to make sure that I have people who've used it
Yeah.
and they were willing to give me their reviews,
Okay. Sure.
and he was one of my best.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna. It's
Yes.
2 voice notes.
Yeah.
The first one.
This is after using this
Yeah.
product. Yeah.
And with him, what blew me away is he got it on Thursday. He will explain here. He got it on Thursday. By Monday, that's when he was giving me the review of what it did.
Wow.
So
Play it, let's
you
hear.
can see the name,
Yeah.
and then I'll play.
No, but the name is not doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
the name
Let's
that's not
hear.
important.
Yeah.
I'll just play the.
My friends and people that I know.
Oh, okay. Let me start from the beginning.
My sister. My sister. You are a dangerous one. Ukutsi. You know medication now, ne? I started using it on Friday. I called it on Thursday. Started using it on Friday. I can say explain it. Maybe I will explain it in details. Mara, what I can tell you, medication now is the best. Is the best, my sister. Dilo di changes ka tsela e nngwe e makatsang. I'm going to start to recommend it to my friends and people that I know ba nang le bolwetse ba tswekere. Yo, sister, I can't explain it. Like, the little songs I will explain it. I just know that your medication is the best. I can say about one last Jidai, yo, hey, sister, no, I can't level. And then, don't worry, I'm going to recommend this to my friends and people that I know. But there are a lot of people that are suffering, my sister, and this medication of yours is a solution. Thank you very much.
He's happy.
Cry.
Hey, he's happy.
Okay, I'm gonna skip my response,
Yeah.
and then
You know,
she
my
sent
sister,
another voice note.
I just want to be honest with you as my doctor. I don't know when was last. I don't know. I can't even remember having a normal erection. Kids who feel like erected. Just a wake up erection. I don't know when was that. Years since Kikul. So these days it's happening every day.
Oh.
And then another thing, Ikure. I've been using pills to get erection. I used every pill you can think about, to Viagra, to everything. They didn't try to suffer as well. They didn't exercise it's about kids as well. They say you believe you men's clinic. And now I've got the solution. Thank you to my doctor.
Wow.
So this, for me, it was just
Yes.
the icing on the cake, and I
Yes.
was like, okay.
And he had taken them
God,
for
thank
less than a
you.
week.
Yes, it was less than a week. That's what blew me away.
Wow.
So different people, it
Yes.
affects them or helps them or treats them differently.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, this for me was like,
But,
okay.
but I mean, the interesting thing is, not many people will confess in this way to
Yes.
say it's working.
Yes.
It's,
Mm.
I mean, it's great that he's done that.
I was
It's
grateful
great
for that. Yeah. I was
It's
grateful
amazing
for that.
He's,
You know.
he's been open with you and saying,
And you can look at the dates.
yeah. That's amazing. Yeah, it's like last month.
Yeah, 10th of April.
Wow.
So it's I had to take my time and wanting to get feedback from or reviews from my clients.
Yes.
Is it working? Because I started out giving to family members. The family
Yes.
members can be biased.
Yes.
So I decided to spread my wings, and the reviews that I'm getting, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom was supposed to have a hip replacement operation. She came to Joburg. We saw this doctor. He's from Russia. He's like, I will not advise you to cut. Most of my clients, I advise them rather find another alternative medication, but don't operate because you will never be the same. So my mom, that was like 3 years ago, and my mom has been suffering with it, up until I came with this, and she uses it as well. I send it regularly home. Her energy is back. You wouldn't even think that she'll be turning 67 soon.
Wow.
Gugu's got energy for days, and she's one of those independent women. So
But where
you
do-
can't tell her to sit down.
Where do people get it?
They have to order it from me.
Uh-huh.
They have to order it from me. My numbers are.
I thought they can just follow you on Instagram.
They can follow on Instagram, but I'm mostly on TikTok.
Okay.
I talk a lot about it on TikTok because for some reason I think Instagram is not. It's got its people actually, and I realize like most of my clientele they're on TikTok.
Oh.
TikTok has much audience.
Yeah.
larger audience.
There's a video there that I have that has over 3 million viewers.
Okay.
So for me, that was like, okay, if I want to promote some of my products, I need to
yes.
to start on TikTok and then make my way to Instagram.
And you've had people contacting you to
Oh
buy
my
it
God.
because they saw it on. Oh, that's great.
Oh
then.
my God! On the phone, I've over 200 WhatsApps that I need to respond to.
So people should just look for Makgofe
Makgofe
Moagi
Moagi, yes.
on TikTok,
Yes.
and then they can get it.
Yes. Yeah.
And as soon as the aphrodisiac for women is in, and then that will be then. So keep following Makgofe on TikTok. There's more coming. I mean, you had the
No, there is
testimony.
more.
Yeah.
There is more because I've noticed that we can do without chemicals
Yeah.
in our body, whether we consume it or we put it, topically. But our bodies, we are tired.
Yeah.
And some of
Yeah.
the illnesses that we have is because of the food that we consume, So when I come out with the products, I will reach out.
Okay.
No. Thanks a lot, like, for talking to us. But what are your final words to everyone who's watching at you right now?
Yeah.
Someone who's looking up to using this medication.
The medication, I honestly, it's my baby. It's my baby in the sense that when I came out from Kopitlong, I was told, I knew that the direction of my life is going to change. I am going to be traversing in spaces that before they were closed, or before you will find men manning the doors and they'll be like, if you want to get in, you have to sleep with me. Nonsense. So I knew when I was told that this is the direction that your ancestors are going to take you, I was like, I welcome that, because I've struggled using my willpower. So if they're saying that that is where they want me to be, please, frog match me there. I will go with an open mind.
Yeah.
So right now, my quote is, I embrace the unknown as if it's a long lost lover. Because I realize that the unknown is how the ancestors tell you, like, you are doing the right thing, you are on the right path. Don't be scared just because it's something that is foreign to you. You are not used to it. We so much want to cleave onto things that are familiar, and yet we become stagnant, we don't grow. So where I am right now, as scary as it is, I am excited because now I get to do, or I'm allowed to do things that I love, that are close to my heart. You know, I would go to my scientist to formulate something before I go to the doctor. If I go to the doctor, then it means like, you know, or we can't come up with something fast enough, you know. But I believe in this, and there's so many products that I'm going to come out with.
Great.
So they mustn't give up. Giving up is it's never an option, because we are all created for a purpose. You just need to find out what your purpose is, although it's not easy. But praying for God to, or your ancestors also, to guide you, because they will not show themselves up. They will show themselves up in your life in the form of the professor, in the form of you, you know, to help just ignite something in you that you feel like, no, man, I can't do this. This is where I belong. But as sometimes we get muddled up with what is happening in the world, to a point where now I want to compete with you. I want to be an actress. I want to do actuarial scientist because Mukete is doing. But you don't belong there. Maybe you're supposed to be a nurse or a doctor. You don't know, you know. So once you start praying for guidance to where your purpose is, everything falls in place, because the people that you meet, the stepping stones in your life, they will come with information pertaining to where you're supposed to be. So don't give up.
Great. Don't give up. That's a good way to end. But more than anything, I mean, what Makgofe is sharing with us is about finding your purpose. She has found her purpose. And purpose is finding your why. What is your big why? Why are you here? Don't worry about what other people are doing or saying. And that's exactly Makhofe's message. She has found her why, and find your why. Start with why, as Simon Sinek would say. Find your purpose. Often people tell you to follow your passion, but Makgofe is saying follow your purpose. And I agree with that 100%. It was so good to have you, Makgofe. Thank you so much for making the time to be with us, sharing yourself, the work that you're doing. We really, really appreciate you, and you look as beautiful, more beautiful than you do on the screen. It's been really, really great. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Remember, be yourself, and that's the only way you can do you. Thank you very much, sir.
Wow.
That's great. Ai wa ibolelela product ya o iska beka utlaka banna mara ba tla ko wena ba mo thaka ha bereki.